Hello, hello. What do we have here? This is Sen, and I'm going to give you a quick tour of Neriak. So this town is pretty large, and people get lost quite easily here because it's 3 zones. But basically, there's the slave quarter, the foreign quarter, the common area, and the nobles area. First, we're going to look at the slave quarter. Now over here you'll find the closest merchant. He's a halfling slave. I don't know why he's here instead of being killed, because dark elves tend to kill people. But he's a slave. Usually they have humans, and some of the ogres and stuff. That's where you go to sell something quickly. Over here is the foreign quarter side. And to get up there, you go up this ramp. And this is where the trolls and the ogres live. They're not slaves, of course, but they aren't treated as fairly as everyone else. So now, that's basically Neriak Foreign Quarter, the zone. We're going to go to the main area, the commons area, where the common people live. Now, in this place you'll find lots of guilds. The Caster's Guild, the Warrior Guild. I'll show you where those are, but I'll most importantly show you where you bank at. You go down this ramp. There's the Priest of Discord. If you start, that's where you start as a Dark Elf. You go up and over the bridge, through the main gate. So many cool art things on the wall. Now if you're a caster, you're going to go over to the right, and you are going to find your guild up here, which is called the Tower of the Spurned. It's got many floors, up and down, depending on what class you are and what spells you're going to buy. Back over this way, and you have this here is the Indigo Brotherhood. If you find that you've ruined your Indigo Brotherhood faction because you're killing the orcs over in Fader, over in Crushbone, this is where you want to stay away from, that building. Don't go in there. You can go everywhere else, but just don't go in there. Now you can enter the bank area, and we're going to go back all the way around here. This is where we came from originally. This was the main gate. See here? You can go down into the bank area right here, down, Neriak down under. And down here, we have the blind fish, bounty of the earth. Oh yes, the meat, the refined place. This is the meat place. This is where most people sell stuff. It's the closest merchant to the bank, which is right here, the burnished coin. That's your bank. Now we're going to go up, outside again. Oh, we actually went around to the other way that you can enter. So we're going to come all the way back around. That's where we went down. And this here, over here, is the nobles area, also called the third gate. This is where only the super rich people go, or the people who are very devoted to Inaruk. The first thing you see is this magnificent palace, which is gigantic. And of course, who do you think has the most gigantic, magnificent palace? Those most devoted to Inaruk, the clerics. It's the Cleric Guild. The most notable thing in here is there is the necklace quest that you'll do, and it starts with this guy, if you're a Dark Elf Cleric, and then you go upstairs, and it continues on with a guy who's not here yet because he's not in the game yet, but he will be. We're going to go back down, and we're going to continue out. That's where we came from, and this is where we're going. We're going to go deeper still into the nobles area. You can see all the cool stuff like this. This city is my first city I ever played. My first character ever was a Dark Elf Warrior a long time ago, and I learned this one first. And now this is the third gate. And here you have very special things like the library. In here, there's a quite notable person to find, and I think he's in here. Lokar Tobeth. This guy here, You hand him red wine over and over, and you become friendly with the whole city, mostly, except for the guilds. Basically, you can go past the guards and bank. The Necromancer Guild is... Actually, before we go there, we're going to go over to the... Nah, we'll just go to the Necromancer Guild. That's interesting. The Rogue Guild is in here somewhere, but I forget. Back through this last door, and you'll see some ghouls here. And watch out, even if you're a necromancer of a different race, they might get you, so just go invisible to undead before you go past here. And check out this architecture. Look at this. This is the Temple of the Dead. Obviously, the more devoted you are to Neriak, the more magnificent of a guild you get to have. And this is the Shadow Knight and Necro trainers. And now let's just go look for that Rogue Guild, because I'm pretty sure I know where it is. See this human here? He's a necromancer. He's not kill on sight in this city, but he came to these ghouls and they tore him a new one. So we're going to go out here, and I believe that the Rogue Guild is this building. They get a pretty cool building, even though they don't typically worship Neriak. I'm not going to explore it. I'm not a rogue. I don't belong here. And that's pretty much it. I'll run you back outside again, through this gate, up here. I'm just going to do the complete exit of the city so that you can find your way out if you need to get out. This is a really interesting city. It's very easy to get good faction for. If you have a Guise of the Deceiver, it's pretty good for a lot of classes. It's close to the common lands where people do their auctioning. We're going to go back out here. I'm taking the quickest way I know back to the front. I'll show you one other little tidbit now that I just remembered. On my way out here, this waterfall is special. You can jump into it, and there's some back tunnels to go through. You'll fall through the ground here somewhere. There's a quest, the necklace quest is for the clerics is there as well. There's a halfling agent, and you can get through the city through these back tunnels. It's not as helpful as the human cities because you still have to go through a lot of NPCs that'll kill you. Now we're going through this foreign quarter, and now we're leaving the foreign quarter. And that's back the way to the commons. This is coming out. And that's it. You're now leaving the city. And you can go out here, and I'll show you where you can hunt a little bit. Ooh, spooky. So you can hunt anywhere out here. If you die, you'll respawn up at this log. And if you head over that way, you'll go to the newbie log. There's mobs all over here. And that's it. That's the city of Neriak.